Alright guys, welcome back for another video from TDL DIY. So we got the Mazda 3 in the garage. We're going to be using the quick jacks down here. We're going to lift it up, we're going to get underneath, drop the plastic belly pan and get in and do the belts and tensioner. But before we do that, we've got to go around the back and replace the windshield wiper. Because it's been long overdue. And I got one and might as well get it. So I got this for Rock Auto. This guy right here, let's turn around, there we go. Got this guy at Rock Auto, I think for like $5. And then I got a couple other things from them, like the oil pressure sensor, the tensioner. Now I'll tell you one thing about that tensioner, boys and guys. So the tensioner from Rock Auto was like $85 Canadian. And you know, plus shipping, but I got some other stuff, so shipping was whatever. I don't know how much it was, but not very much. And for that same exact part to go to Mazda was $250. Now the dealer I go to quite a bit. I've ordered some parts from them because either it's cheaper or I can get it sooner or whatever. There wasn't a big difference. And the guy knows me pretty good, and he was going to give it to me for about $206, taxes in. So I would have saved about $50 there, but I got the part for $85. So definitely saved like double, if not triple almost, with $250 that most people would have had to pay. So again, Rock Auto, I'll probably put it down in the description below. That's where I get a lot of parts for stuff. It tends to be cheaper for the most part, but let's get at this wiper blade here. And this one is simple. It's the same idea as the front ones. It just pops off here. We'll throw the new one on. Should take 2 seconds. I'm gonna get a tripod, put you guys on it, and we'll show you how it's done. Just like that. So just like that, guys. And on the back of this, we'll also show you how to do it. So first step, take that little cover off. Then you can have full range of your wiper on this step right here. You pull it back, and then you just swing it out a little bit more and it pops right out. And then you put your new one on. Too easy. There we go. What's up? Now let's get to work. Alright guys, so coming in from the top here, that is the belt right kind of where my edge of my flashlight is there. That's the belt we're going to be replacing. As you can see, there's a little bit of grooves in it. The tensioner is kind of right in the center of the picture. So that's where the tensioner is, and there's a couple bolts on there that we're going to have to get at. Yeah, so the tensioner is there. There's a top bolt you can see. Yep, top bolt you can see. And see, a top bolt is just about right there. The bottom bolt is over here. And yeah, that's what we're going to be replacing today. And I don't know if you can see, but right on that black pulley there, it's grooved a bit. So to make more sense, is basically there was a couple grooves that got, a rock or something got in there, grooved that up a bit, and then it's translating to the belt. So this is how it sits inside, just like that, and this is basically like a spring. It's like a hydraulic cylinder that will compress and add, it's an auto tensioner. And then you got a bolt right here, quite a big bolt, and then we're gonna have a nut up here, and then this is gonna be how you tension it with this this nut looking thing here. So that's how you move it to tension it, and yeah. So let's get at it. I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna drop the belly pan. You don't have to see that. It's just a couple of screws. Get underneath. You can see them all pretty good. Take that off, and then we'll jump back up here, and we'll see kind of what's going on. Probably loosen that belt off, get the belt out of the way, and work on those two nuts, nut and bolt. So hopefully it won't take too long, but that's a famous last words to anybody that said it. So we're gonna go through it, see how long it takes, and yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Alright guys, so what you're going to need for this is a 12mm socket or wrench. We're going to figure out which fits in there better with the breaker bar, and a 17mm. The 17mm is for that tension nut thing that I told you about, and the 12 is for both the nut and the bolt securing the tensioner in. So that's what we're going to, and I'm going to be trying to work from underneath, because it seems to be a little bit more room and accessibility that way. I've seen guys come in from the top, and it might work, but I'm going to try from the bottom. It seems to be not a bad spot. Alright, just before we put the belt on, guys, we're going to do the bleeding process. So basically what we're going to do is compress the piston, the tensioner, 3 times. And it could take up to 5 seconds for it to return. But you don't want to go too far, but we just want to okay, just be gentle with it, because you could damage it. Okay, so that's 1. Just be gentle. Two. This will be the last one. 3. Okay, now we're going to, so we got the belt pretty much in position. Now we're just going to release the tension so we can get the belt on. Perfect. Now we should have enough slack to slide the belt on. And everything looks good over here. Perfect. And there, it's just that easy. All right, guys. So that was it. It was really simple. There was just the top nut, and then the bottom bolt down here, right there. It was just a bolt. Came out real easy. Super simple. And then this is your right where my finger is. There is that's where you put on to release the tension. And then you just got to cycle that 3 times. When you put it in, compress it, let it go, compress it, let it go, compress it, let it go, and you should be good to go. So that's kind of like the bleeding process of it, just to make sure it's got full range. But don't just pull on it real hard, guys. You're gonna feel it's gonna have a little bit of like, it's gonna fight you a little bit, but if you go real slow, you're gonna find it's like it fights you a little bit, but then it's kind of easy. And then it takes I don't know, we'll say 5 to 10 seconds to go through the full cycle to the end, and then let it go. You do it again. Anyways, you got the point. So super easy. It takes, honestly, after that pans out, and use the 12 millimeter socket on both the bolt and the nut, and then the 17 on this guy right here. It's about a 15-minute process, really. It's super quick and easy. I think anybody can do this. Now, the one thing I would recommend is getting this Serpentine belt tensioner wrench. This is the wrench you're gonna need, guys. You know, I tried to get in there with really quickly with the breaker bar. Now, after the socket goes in, there's not enough room. So go and invest on one of those. You can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks or even less. I picked this thing up for $12 at Princess Auto on sale. It was normally $20, and I would have paid $20, honestly. Like, this tool is well worth it. You're not spending like $300 or $100 on a tool. For 20 bucks, it's worth its weight in gold, especially for a job like this. The only thing that sucks, it doesn't have a ratchet, so you got to put it in, turn it, reset it, turn it. But hey, super easy. I think this is something that you guys can do at home. And you know, if you didn't have to replace your tensioner, then that's almost the exact same process how you would replace your belt. Now, your belt, like I said, you just gotta put it on this one right here, and then just release the tension. Take your belt off, put the new belt on, and there you go. Now, like when you take the belt off, you're gonna release the tension, or put the tension back on, and then you're gonna release the tension, get the belt on, and Bob's your uncle. It's really that easy. To put a belt on is maybe 5-10 minutes, max. As soon as you got the car up in the air and the belly pan off, super easy. So the belly pan, you have 3 10mm bolts on the front. And then you got 2 on the side and 2 on the other side. So a total of 7 10mm nuts, and you should be able to get the belly pan off. There might be some plastic clips at the very back. Just pop those off. But guys, that's it. That's the job. It's super easy, as you can see, and you probably saw through the whole process, I hope. Can I get a good angle? So that there is my new belt, and my new tensioner, and my new belt. Focus. There we go. Really easy, guys. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's a super simple process. I think you guys can do it at home. So the other thing I'll be doing, it's going to be a separate video. We're going to be switching out our oil pressure sensor. Oil pressure switch, they call it, sensor, switch, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be changing that out, and I'm going to show you guys in the next video how to do that. But since we got the car up and we're already pretty much in this spot, we're going to replace it now, but it's going to be in another video. So if you ever have problems with oil pressure sensor, that should be, I would suspect, a 10-15 minute job. Once the car's up, belly pan's off, yeah, it's super quick. Should be super quick, should be. But if you like this kind of stuff, guys, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications on any new content that comes out. Thanks, guys, for all the support, and don't forget, never stop learning.